Well, here's what I'm saying is that when you come down to it, you think Middle Eastern had a good reign over that for a while with the Egyptians, and then you have the Mongols that kind of did that as well for a while, and then then I think it went back to the Middle Easterns. Oh fuck you, he's almost dead.
Can I use magic?
And then it
No,
went,
I can't even use magic.
and then it went to the Romans, and then all that stuff, and then it went to the.
Baby's got his trance and can't even do anything.
It's just like every country. It's just human nature. It's just human nature for them for a specific country or race of people to look at another race and say, hey, they have less technology than us. They're less powerful than us. They look weaker than us. They're not as intelligent as us. We can rule them and tell them whatever we want. And they can't.
Or that. Sometimes it's not even that. Sometimes it's just like, hey, we want to prove that we're better than them. Or hey, we are better than them.
Or hey, they have something we want, and they probably won't. They probably think they probably won't give it to us because they know how valuable it is. Now there are some things where, like, I honestly do believe that in some cases, like when it came to like the gold in like South America and Central America and in Mexico, a lot of them probably did think like, oh, they probably thought that, oh yeah, they probably think this gold, they probably won't give us this gold. There's no way they'll give it to us because of how valuable it is.
Actually, they did.
What?
When the Spanish came over to South America and Mexico and whatnot, it actually resembled a prophecy in the South American, in the Incan belief system, I believe.
Yeah.
So when they landed there, the Incans were like, yo, the prophecy is true, these dudes are gods. So they gave them all their gold and silver. And welcomed them and treated them like gods.
I mean, at least it was done a little bit more peaceful than with the Mayans.
Yeah, because I believe the Mayans just fucking fought them.
Yeah. The point about it is that because like a lot of like the native tribes for both South and Central and in North America, a lot of them didn't really, when it came to like gold and like minerals, that sort of deal that they need, like coal and gold and silver and all.
Some tribes like the Mayans obviously cared about gold and silver, but
well, they use it as sacrifice because of what it has its value.
Yeah.
But a lot of them didn't really value that more than they value everything.
Especially like North American.
Yeah, North American tribes kind of valued everything the same. Like,
well, not really.
No, I mean like
they didn't really value metal or like stone or anything like that.
But no, they valued the earth. Like it was all valuable because it all like meant something. Like it was like it wasting nothing, using everything or like, you know what I mean, right?
Well, see, because of that, they only used the things that mattered to them. So they were like, okay, look, we don't need this random coal or whatever the frick, but we do need these animals. But we don't need all of the animals, so only kill the animals you need and use every bit of the animals.
See, here's the thing that they could have done easily with these countries, when you especially look at England, because it was England and France didn't go over there until Spain came back with a bunch of gold. Because then they're like, hey, we want that stuff. That looks cool. So France did it, and what they did, like I said, they just traded some of their stuff, and the Native Americans were like, okay, hey, here's the gold. We'll take your weapons and stuff. And that was a fair trade. England was just like, give it to us. You're getting nothing. All England had to do was say, hey, you want that. We'll give you all this stuff. Like, so they could have just gave them like fucking...
But no, they saw people they could take advantage of, so they did.
It's because in my opinion, like, I'm not defending the royal family of the French
Oh,
because
shit, Steiner died.
the French royal family is no better because they got themselves killed for a reason, but
With their heads.
because they weren't good to their own people. But the
No.
point is, neither was
They didn't
England.
let them eat cake.
Neither was England. But the thing about
I wonder
England,
if France is still salty about that. I wonder if I went to France and said let them eat cake. I wonder what they'd do to me.
but anyway, about when it comes to
Oh, there goes Steiner again.
and
Fuck, I'm
Liverpool was
getting
dead.
fucked up.
And the thing about England is that England was much worse when it came to like natives in other countries.
Yeah.
Like and the reason why they were like that is because they controlled like almost the entire world.
And they wanted to control the entire world.
I mean, they controlled India, they controlled most of Africa, Australia, New Zealand, all of Asia, like Japan. Not Japan. I don't think they controlled Japan at the time, but they controlled like China.
Steiner's gonna die again.
They controlled like China and Korea.
Fucking go.
They controlled most of America. They controlled some of South America, actually, and even some other European countries.
If I can't get an attack off, I can't win. I'm just trying to keep Steiner alive. Fuck.
And it's coming.
Okay, he should survive the next attack.
Vivi will die,
Vivi
though.
won't. And
Photon?
who's in attack?
Steiner.
Steiner. I'm gonna have to do that.
Jeez. Oh, he's almost got his
Oh,
trance.
he's got his trance. Go into trance. Do it.
Do it. And, enough about history. Here's the only history lesson you need. It doesn't matter because it already happened.
Here's the only history lesson you need. Life sucks.
Yeah.
Get used to it or die.
It doesn't matter. Look at it. Who's attacking today?
It doesn't matter. As long as it has Wi-Fi and porn, it's NASA to me.
He's doing that filthy free thing. Anyway, the point is that
I win.
here is the history lesson, my dudes.
It doesn't matter. Your ancestors were shit. Sorry.
There you go. Some of them, yeah.
I mean, I'm sure if you're Jewish, like Hebrew Jewish, like actual Jewish, you can trace yourself back to the people that killed Jesus.
Some of them. Yeah.
No,
Unless-
because I mean, Dan himself even said this. A lot of like actual Hebrew Jewish people were like really big into inbreeding, and that's why a lot of them have like health issues and stuff even today. So yeah.
Well, hopefully Dan does.
Oh no, he does. He's not an inbreeder or anything. Neither was his dad, but because of thousands of years of it, they have stomach and like vision issues and whatnot.
Oh my god.
And that's why he has those weird thumbs.
Jeez. Fuck, man, that sucks. Well, a lot of people back then did that, though. A
Yeah,
lot
I'm
of
pretty sure
countries.
even Native Americans.
Oh, they definitely did. They've already proven that. Native Americans did that.
Everyone did.
Yeah, we could. That's why. Maybe no wonder
Fuck,
you.
even the royals did that.
Maybe that's why you have that.
Your stomach issues.
Yeah, you have your stomach issues and your nose.
Maybe that's why
constantly.
everyone in our family has asthma.
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why we got that fucking toe. The crooked toe.
I don't have that though.
Know what I do?
And so does Jake.
I take after my
But that's
dad.
on Grandpa's side.
Yeah. Well, they come from Ireland. So.
Yeah, they did inbreeding too.
Because back then there was no morals and people just did it.
Well, that was probably also because like the whole tribalism type of thing. Like
Well,
they
yeah.
wanted to stay in their family so much that they literally stayed in their family.
Well, when you really think about it, now this is a good question that I always thought about. When you really think about it, if you look at the Bible and say, I'm not taking this into a religious sense, but I'm just saying because it's very interesting when you look at it.
Oh boy.
Adam and Eve were the first humans in the Bible, what it says. They were the first humans. There were no humans before them. Now, obviously, they were a man and wife, husband and wife. And she ate the apple first. And
well,
then
see, there's also the argument that why didn't Adam tell her? He never did.
There's that too, yeah. I guess he just probably assumed that God already told her.
Yeah, there's a lot with, because I read the whole book of Generation.
Yeah. You mean Genesis?
Genesis, yeah, because that always interested me, that whole story of, like, just in every religion, the story of, like, how humans came to be, and, like, the origin story is what every religion kind of calls it. I always found it interesting. So I know a lot of, like, religions' ideas of, like, the origin stories.
But basically the thing is that she ate the apple, and then Adam obviously ate it after, and then they got cast out. They became regular people, and then they gave birth to, I think it was 2 kids, right? Cain and Abel. Which then Cain, was it, which one got killed? Abel, I think. Yeah, Cain killed Abel, and then
fornicated with monkeys.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Well, apes, but
who did they have kids? How did they have kids again? Who did they get? Like, there was only 3 people.
I believe Adam and Eve went on to have more children.
But here's the thing.
And I think they had 3 more? I don't remember exactly.
I don't know, but the thing is that these kids had to reproduce some way. Which means they inbreeded.
If you believe in it literally,
yeah,
which I don't.
Well, that's the thing. If most Christians will believe in it that way, but that's the point, is that when you look at it, it's like the only way for them to make more people is for them to inbreed. And the same thing after Moses. Or was it Moses or was it Noah?
No.
Noah. All humans wiped out except for his family. So they had kids. That means their kids would have to inbreed again. So when you look at it, the Bible has 2 instances of possible inbreeding between an entire family. This means, though, that Noah does trace back their family heritage. If you believe in a literal sense, like you said, Noah is related to Adam and Eve. We all are. We all were,
and then everyone's related to Noah.
Yeah, I was about to say, and in that sense, we're all related to Noah as well.
Yeah, but see, me, in different religions, Eve wasn't the only female created by God. There was also Lilith. I don't know if you've ever heard about that.
Yeah, I know that.
I don't believe that. I believe that's the Jewish thing, but like, I don't know if that's true or not. That's like, to me, I kind of see it as like a speculation type of thing. Whether or not God actually created any more people other than Adam and Eve. I believe it would make sense for him to, because I don't think inbreeding would be something he would normally want to happen. Massive health issues and lot of problems.
Well, see, here's the thing, though. Back in the day, we didn't think of it being wrong.
No, we didn't, but that doesn't mean it wasn't, because...
That means that it possibly could have happened, though.
Well, yeah. Obviously, it in history it did happen, but I think God would try to avoid it from happening.
Well, yeah.
Because it causes health issues.
What I'm saying...
So that means clearly it wasn't meant to happen.
Well, see, here's what I'm looking at it right now, is like, when you look at the Bible, from a literal sense, like most Christians do, like most in our family, obviously, and now most Christians nowadays, and Catholics, obviously, basically, Christian, Catholic, whatever, Protestant, I don't know, Lutheran, I don't know, all of them obviously believe that incest is a sin and against God, obviously. And most normal people that aren't religious or part of religions believe it is morally wrong, not just because it creates people, makes them physically impossible to live past the age of 30, but it also, it's just weird. It's just wrong. It's just been adapted, not just from religious people, but regular people. But when you look at it, a lot of Christians don't seem to realize that if you're believing it in the literal sense like they do, there's 2 instances of
you're supporting the idea that incest
had to happen.
Was something that got allowed to happen.
And it had to happen in order for humans to exist. And it happened twice. With 2 families.
So yeah, for me, with Adam and Eve, I take that in a figurative sense. Whereas, like, Adam represents
Oh, hey,
men,
they talk.
and Adam represents the first men ever created. Not just the first man, but the first men. And Eve represents the first women ever created.
But see, here's the problem when it comes down to it. Incest still would have had to have happened in some way.
Oh, I'm controlling Sid?
Oh.
Oh, so I'll have to use the ones I left behind.
Oh, good luck.
That's an interesting team.
That's not good, is it? One of them's level 16 and only 2 of them, the other ones are level 23. But here's the thing, when it comes down to it though. Cavemen, obviously, right?
I have a time limit, lovely.
Oh. Now, cavemen, there obviously wasn't a lot of them, so wouldn't there be incest? Like, a lot of the cavemen obviously did do incest, because, and Neanderthals did incest, because, yeah, you have to...
God, this is fucking annoying.
You have to make sure you do it while he's not looking. So when you think about it, it doesn't really matter whether you believe in the Bible or evolution.
God.
Incest still happened.
Holy fuck.
So you can't avoid it, Justin. It just happened no matter what.
Not if I believe God created more people after Noah.
Well, after Noah, that's a different story. But I'm talking about the whole like Adam and Eve situation. It happened at the beginning, no matter what you believe in.
No. If you create enough people, those people can have kids, and then their kids can have kids together, and then their kids can have kids together, and it avoids incest. Because after such a long amount of trace in the blood, it's complicated. But after so many people have children together, their children, those ancestors are no longer closely related to them in blood. Therefore, it wouldn't be incest.
But they could still trace themselves back to their same families.
Yeah, back to the same ancestors, but their blood is so different and their DNA is so different that they aren't even related.
Well, to be fair, fucking hell.
For example, our cousins' cousins aren't related to us at all.
Yeah,
but they're still part of our family.
Well, yeah, well, like, 420. We could all, every human could trace back their relative, their family tree, if it was possible to do it. Because it's impossible to actually trace back to where they first came from because there was no documentation.
Yeah, we lose history after a certain amount of time.
Yeah. But if it was possible to actually do that, we would all be able to find out that most humans are all related to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And that we all come from the same, like, tribe of humans. Damn.
Well, yeah, we all know all humanity can be traced all the way back to the Fertile Crescent.
So basically, we're all related.
Yeah. Well, in the most literal sense, I guess, but like, well, in the most figurative sense, actually, because literally, no, our DNA is so different now that we aren't related.
No, but I'm talking about, like, by, like, history.
Historically, yes.
Damn, this is getting close, man. Do you have to, like, sneak past him?
I don't fucking know. Come on, go ahead, turn around.
Don't matter, you got it. Fuck him.
Examine the scales.
Well, you got 2 minutes. We had a very interesting conversation about the world, the history, religion, and the terrible nature of humans. And how we tend to just kind of kill each other.
I don't have time for this shit.
Well, we just tend to kill each other, destroy each other. But I don't know. I feel like here's the thing. I do honestly feel like there was a time. This is the thing I was listening to that someone was talking about. Like, I feel like there's a time. It was like that Egyptian weight thing. I think. I believe that there was a time in like I don't know when that we were kind of like we weren't at like peace with everybody, but we majority of the world just didn't care about things that like made them mad or didn't get offended by everything, and people were just kind of like getting used to the annoying stuff and kind of just blowing it off. Like we were at that point, but like we achieved that sort of goal, and that now because of
Damn it.
because we've already achieved that goal, that now we're just regressing backwards to where we now will become hateful of each other more, and attack each other more, get mad at each other more, be more violent with each other.
Sid.
So that's what I'm thinking. Are you putting them all in there?
I can only fit 3.
Oh, you have to pick the right
And
ones.
I don't have enough time to read the bullshit, so I just gotta keep on trying and hope one works. Well, of course, my unlucky ass picks all 3 of the ones that don't work first.
So,
I'm not gonna make it in
if
time.
you don't make it in time, you have to do the key thing again?
I have to do it all over again, yes.
Oh boy. Oh boy, this seems like really fun. You're still not gonna get it, watch. If you don't get it this time, you ain't getting it again.
I don't know how I couldn't get it this time. This is my last possible guess.
Wow. Hey, you did it just in time. 20 seconds left.
And I reset the clock.
Oh, let me guess, they were gonna be shot into the lava?
Yeah.
He's gonna get eaten, isn't he?
Oh yeah, I forgot I left Chernobyl. Eat 'em.
Hey, you know who also is back right now? Freya. Yeah.
What's the time?
Oh.
No episode time.
It's new episode time.
I feel like it's new episode time.
That's new episode time. Make Freya the main character.
I can't.
Make Chernobyl the main character.